Okay, let's talk about one of the biggest decisions in home fitness. It's a real dilemma. Do you spend a small fortune on the bike everyone is talking about? Or do you spend next to nothing on a bike nobody talks about, but, maybe they should?
Yeah, you heard that right. This isn't just about a workout. We're talking about a massive, almost ridiculous difference in price. A decision that could literally save you thousands of dollars and, just maybe, a whole lot of buyer's remorse down the line. So, first up, the reigning champ, Peloton. The entry price for their original bike is going to set you back at least $1,500, and that's before you even get to the mandatory monthly subscription. Just let that sink in for a minute.
And then, in this corner, we have the challenger, the Sunny SFB 1002. You can usually find this thing for around $300. No, I'm not kidding, that's not a typo. The price gap is so huge, you just have to wonder, what's the catch? Is there a catch?
Well, that's my promise to you today. We are going to cut through all the hype, all the marketing, and figure out which bike is right for you, based on your money, your motivation, and your personality. No fluff, I swear. Here's how we're going to do it. First, we'll look at the core idea behind each bike. Then we'll do a direct head-to-head comparison. After that, we'll figure out who each bike is really for. And finally, we'll deliver the final verdict. Let's get into it. All right, first section, 2 bikes, 2 philosophies. Look, to really understand that massive price gap, you have to get one thing straight. These 2 companies are not selling the same product. Not really. And this right here, this boils the entire debate down to its absolute core. Peloton is selling you a whole experience. Sunny, on the other hand, is just selling you a machine. The real question is, which one of those do you actually need? Think about it this way. Peloton is like a luxury, all-inclusive fitness resort. You're buying into a whole ecosystem. You get these super charismatic instructors, you get virtual high fives from strangers, competitive leaderboards, and, let's be honest, some social status. It's a full-on lifestyle choice where they handle everything for you, except, the actual pedaling. And then you've got the Sunny. This is not a resort, it's a power tool. Simple as that. It has one job, let you pedal. It's quiet, it's simple, and it asks for absolutely nothing in return. No login, no monthly fee, no hype. It's basically a bike that just minds its own business and, according to pretty much everyone, is virtually maintenance-free. Okay, time for our second section, the head-to-head breakdown. Let's get into the nitty-gritty, the pros, the cons, and the real-world trade-offs you're going to have to live with. Let's start with Peloton's biggest pro. For the right person, this thing isn't just a bike, it's a life changer. The whole all-in-one system, the amazing classes, the constant motivation, it just works. It can take people who swear they hate exercise and get them clipping in every single day. It's kind of wild. But here's the dark side. This is the fear that haunts every single person hovering over the buy now button. What if that motivation just fades? What if the novelty wears off? Because if it does, it instantly becomes the most expensive high-tech clothes hanger you have ever owned. So let's look at the tail of the tape. Peloton's got that whisper-quiet magnetic flywheel and that big, beautiful screen. But, and seriously, hear me out on this, look at the Sunny. A 49-pound flywheel. That is heavy, which gives it a shockingly smooth and solid ride. And they both use a quiet belt drive. The real difference here is the tech. One is fully integrated, the other has, well, no tech. So, just to recap Peloton's big wins, you get these world-class, super engaging instructors, a system that tracks your every move and pushes you to beat your own records, a massive library of workouts, and a premium piece of gear that feels incredibly solid. The whole thing is designed to be addictive, and for a lot of people, it really, really is. Now, let's make the case for the Sunny. The price is obviously the showstopper, but it's not just cheap, it's actually good. The ride is quiet, it's smooth, thanks to that belt drive and that hefty flywheel, and maybe the best part, 0 subscription fees ever. You can just prop up your iPad, use the Peloton app if you want, watch Netflix, or just zone out to a podcast. That freedom is the whole point. But for all its shiny features, the Peloton comes with some serious drawbacks. The cost. Both that huge upfront price and that never-ending monthly fee is a massive commitment. And you are completely locked into their world. If you stop paying, that beautiful screen becomes a very expensive paperweight. And that risk of it just gathering dust, it's very, very real. Now, the Sunny's cons are pretty much the flip side of its pros. It is a totally bare-bones machine. No screen, no stats, no coach yelling at you to go faster. The motivation has to come 100% from you. You have to kind of build your own experience. And yet, according to just about everyone, you're probably going to want to buy a more comfortable seat pretty much immediately. Which brings us to section 3. Who is each bike for? Because all those pros and cons lead us to the most important question of all. Which of these bikes is actually designed for someone like you? It honestly breaks down this simply. If you need structure, if seeing your name on a leaderboard gets you going, if you want fitness to feel like a premium event, Peloton was built for you. On the flip side, if you're a self-starter, if you just want to move your legs while you binge a show, or if you want a low-risk way to prove to yourself you'll actually use the thing before you spend big money, the Sunny is your answer. And I think this sums it up perfectly. One is this intense, in-your-face personal trainer screaming your name. The other is a quiet, reliable piece of equipment over in the corner that's just patiently waiting for you to decide you're ready to use it. All right, let's land this plane. Time for the final verdict. We've seen the philosophies, the specs, the user profiles. So is the Peloton actually worth over $1,000 more? You can't deny it. The Peloton platform is polished, it's effective, and it is beautifully made. It is a fantastic system that can absolutely get you incredible results. But all of that praise comes with a giant, flashing asterisk that says, if you use it. The value is completely tied to your commitment. And here it is. This is the knockout punch for the Sunny. When it comes to the pure physical act of just pedaling against resistance on a smooth, sturdy machine, the Sunny gets you about 80% of the way there for maybe 20% of the cost. I mean, that value proposition is just impossible to ignore. So look, the choice isn't about which bike is better in some abstract way. It's about you. It really just comes down to these 3 things: your personality, your budget, and how you get motivated. If you're really honest with yourself about those 3 things, the answer becomes crystal clear. Ultimately, it's this. Peloton is selling you a revolution. It promises to completely change your relationship with fitness, and for some people, it will. The Sunny, well, it makes a much humbler promise. It's not going to scream at you, it's not going to give you a virtual high five, but it might just quietly, reliably, and super affordably make your life a little bit healthier. So now I'm turning it over to you. The all-inclusive resort or the DIY power tool, the lifestyle revolution or the quiet improvement. Let us know which one you would pick and why down in the comments. Thanks for watching.